Good afternoon, everyone, and we are live broadcasting from the shortcut. Thank you very much for joining us today. And today we have Talent Explorer funding can support you show, and we will tell you about this funding that is provided by Business Finland. In the beginning, a few short words about the shortcut. So the shortcut is owned by the Startup Foundation, such as same as Maria01 and Slash and Junction. And the shortcut is an impact-driven nonprofit organization dedicated to career transformation. What we do at the shortcut is we try to bridge the gap between international job seekers in Finland and companies in Finland. And how we do this is by providing training and events that help you to find meaningful career here in Finland. Welcome everyone to the event. Today our partner in this event is Business Finland. And Business Finland, as many of you may know, is a public organization under the Finnish Ministry of Employment and Economy. And our speaker today is Minh Lam. He is a service manager at Finland Promotions Services, and together with the Talent Boost team, he encouraged Finnish companies to recruit international talent, and he will share information about the funding that helps in that. Welcome, Minh. Very happy to see you here with us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure for me actually to join this event, and I'm very happy to see all of you. For now, actually, I'm not able to know or see who are actually following our broadcast now. But I would like to maybe a couple minutes in the beginning. I would like to know about the audience. That how many of you are currently locating in Finland?
Yes, please share in the chat what is your background, what made you interested in this event, whatever you want to share with us. And Minh probably will also share a little bit about his background.
All right. Yeah, so before going to my presentation, I still am not able to see the chat, but before going to my presentation, just a couple of words about myself. I have been working in Business Finland quite many years, and my work has actually related a lot with working with Finnish companies, helping them to go international, looking new markets in the US. I used to work. I'm helping Finnish companies to go to Silicon Valley in something like 10 years, and then after that, I transitioned to work with companies going to Asia. So in the this September, I just joined our subdivision. It's called Talent Boost, and our idea is to help Finnish companies and encourage them, especially to hire our international people and talents in Finland. So with that, I will start to show you my screen. Are you able? Do you see it now?
Yes, adding to stream, and also I already see some answers in the chat, and it looks like most of our audience is here in Finland.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And then maybe one additional question is, how many of you or are you seeking employment in Finnish companies? I give that for just maybe 1 minute, and then maybe Ekaterina can maybe tell me about the audience.
Yes, I see that mainly people are based here in Finland. Alejandra says she's from Honduras, now based in Helsinki for an internship.
Okay.
Vasilisa is also based in Helsinki.
Okay.
Then we have someone looking to relocate to Finland.
Uh-huh. So we have some
Someone from,
overseas guests as well.
yeah, someone from Vantaa, someone from Espoo,
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Helsinki, Oulu.
Okay, welcome. So, without further ado, I will just to start off with my presentation. I'm gonna tell you about a few items, a few topics. I'm sure some of you have known about Business Finland and its activities already, but I'm gonna, for those who are not familiar with us, I will go with it briefly about that, and then after that, I will go to our website called or the one of the website that we work closely to help companies to find their professionals jobs in Finland.fi, and then finally the least but not the last the about the funding options, innovation voucher and talent explorer. So, just briefly about Business Finland, we are located in Ruoholahti in Helsinki. We actually have quite a lot of staff. We have something like 700 in different fields. One of our main roles is funding, and we do innovation funding. We help Finnish companies to grow internationally. We have offices around 33 countries, um, and um, and also addition to that, we also uh, attract or try to attract international guests and tourists to Finland through international travel, but also we attract investments, investors coming to Finland to find good companies to invest in, and then finally the talents, the which I'm actually talking about. It's very important that, as you know, Finland needs professionals, needs international people with good qualified background, and also it's very beneficial for all of us that Finland hire Finnish companies hire new professionals. So that's for that reason we would like to, and we have done actually quite a lot with different organizations how to help Finnish companies to hire international talents. So just about our unit, our division is called Talent Boost, and you can see here we have 6 different sort of tasks, and I will go through some of through them. First of all, as I mentioned, that we would like to enhance the um, the the knowledge of people about Finland, how to work, what it's like to work in Finland, but also we have some good stories about Finnish companies, and so we work in Finland. We try to brand them in different international channels and social media, and then after, but also we also attract people to come to Finland to to start a new startup, and so our division also evaluates uh, startup permit of startup visa, if you like. And this is, if you are interested, I'm would happy to talk about that topic later on. So meaning that if you also know in your home country that people who are capable and would like to come to Finland to start a business together. I mean, with a small group or with you even. That's something that's the visa and permit part, and then on the bottom you can see that the funding, and this is what I'm gonna today to talk about, the innovation voucher. but also the talent explorer, how we could support and subsidize the companies when they start to hire a new talent, a new international professional in to be part of their staff. So I will talk about that funding next. But then about the campaigns and recruitment. So this type of events, this is what we also do. Different organization that have the common interest, like Shortcut, and but also we do campaigns to talk to Finnish companies about the importance to have diversity and inclusive in the working environment of of Finland. So we do different kind of events and campaigns, and then on the right hand side you see the collaboration different cities, municipals. We in Helsinki and in Turku or Oulu, you name it, there are different organizations called talent hubs, and in there they help exactly the professional like you who are actually living in Oulu and Turku, Tampere. They help locally. They have different tools, different events, maybe language training, and maybe they could also help you to identify or identify suitable companies for you and things like that. So for those of you who previously mentioned that you were locating in Vaasa or Oulu, there are local players as well, local sort of partners to us. So that's the part that we also work with, and then last, study and work. We constantly we work with Finnish companies to enable them to offer traineeship, internship, so that the student, international student who are about to graduate from their university or different fields in here in Finland, they would find a venue to start their sort of training, or at least they have a possibility to start a career. And this is still in the beginning, but we are working on that, and so maybe next summer we might have something going on already. So this capture pretty much what we do in our division. So there's a lot of work, as you can see, and we in our unit we have just limited resources, but together with different organization and different people who work in emphasizing in this, having the same focus and the goal, we will definitely tackle these challenges, and then also we will find way to work to get the result. So about, I know in the beginning you said that some of you are looking for jobs in Finland. Some of you have graduated in Finland, and maybe some of you have moved to Finland for some other reasons. But and it's very important that you also find a job, and a company could find you. So we have worked with one organization actually that feeds all the jobs that are relevant for international professionals like you. So you can go later to this website. It's called jobsinfinland.fi. So we have collected different websites that are announcing their need of employment of employees, and they have told us that they are looking also English speaking professionals. So you can see, you can go to the website and then you can click on whether, depending on your field, whether it's ICT, engineering, academic, or health, and so forth. And you can see that will update automatically that how many jobs are available. You can zoom in the map. I'm currently, I just have a picture. I'm not able to show it to you, but on the map you can zoom in and out, and you can see actually how many jobs are available in the region. So this is I recommend you to check this one out. And this is maintained by Business Finland. And so we have collected, if I recall, from Monster .com, from I think it's this Der Geskus, and maybe some other other sort of job seeking or finding websites that have told us that they look for English speaking as well. And of course, I mean, if you speak other languages, it doesn't hurt you at all. You're welcome. But I just meant that this is the website that we have created so far. So I hope that you have time to check it out at some point. So going forward, about the funding options for companies. So I would like to stress out that our sort of philosophy in Business Finland is that we also always sponsor companies. We don't sponsor like individual student or professional, but our money or funding always go to companies. So we have at least two tools that we could I would tell you about. One is Innovation Voucher, and the second one is Talent Explorer. And I will go next to show you that here in Business Finland, we have um, many, we call them funding instruments, but as you can see on the bottom left, it's Innovation Voucher. The grant is 80%, and the Explore products, it's uh, including the Talent Explorer, the grant is 50%. And then also for other companies, we have other tools, but these are the first two that I will talk to you about. Innovation voucher. So who can apply and who can get it? So essentially, all the companies that basically have even one staff or one person, they can apply for this funding. So the idea is they could hire you or buy a service from you, a company buy a service from you, and they would get the funding from us about 6,000 euros, and the company shares is about 20%, which is 1,000 euro. That's a good tool, good way to sort of get yourself. You could sell their service when you approach a company. You can say that this is the vouchers available if they hire you or they buy a service from you, and you don't have yourself. You don't have to have a company. They can pay like to you without you having a company. Uh, so basically, they buy a service from a consultant, and you being a consultant in that sense. So the company has to have at least one person who has worked full time in a company. So this is basically, I would say that this applies to a lot of companies here in Finland. Um, but of course, there's the emphasis in innovation, in doing something. What is that is being listed here, that the company has to do some testing or studying or preparing their way to do a new product, to go international, or to look for new market. And it could be something like competitive analysis, checking out, doing some business intelligence. Um, I think, I mean, somebody was in the beginning saying that maybe somebody from Latin America, if a company want to expand their business to, let's say, Honduras or Mexico or some other countries, then and then the company would like to buy a service from you, and you could check out, finding out the information for them, then they are then they we could grant them this type of very small money, but still at least it could be helpful in some cases. So we will sponsor subsidize most of the costs, as I mentioned, at 80% roughly, and so the company would pay only 1,000 euro, a little bit maybe extra, a little bit over 1,000, and we will our share is 5,000. And this is at least one useful tool how to get you to sell yourself, to get sell your service to a company. And according to our database and the statistics, this is very sort of popular in our funding mechanism, or funding sort of offering, that a lot of people are using this, and I recommend you to look into this. And also maybe you could contact some of the companies that that are working in that type of area of your expertise, and you could tell them that this is available. You could be for their help and service. And next, the Talent Explorer, which is actually the theme of today, actually, because this is our sort of a bigger sum on and tool that we could help you to be employed by a company. And saying be employed, so the company has to hire you, or could hire you anything from 6 months to 12 months. And the cost of the salary altogether is about 40,000 euros, or it maximum is 40,000 euros, and our share is 20,000 euros. So we cover 50% of the cost. And the person being hired, he has to be, or he or she has to be here in Finland, located in Finland. So that's the idea of encouraging the companies to hire local international professionals. Um, so the so as I mentioned here, that the company has to be a little bit bigger than previously. That the minimum is, the requirement is the company has to have at least two person in the payroll. um, and and the content is also business related, that you will be doing a market research, international expansion strategy for them, or looking for business partner, potential new export market. It's very common in this type of projects. And the company here actually also keeping this in mind that they could hire 3 times, meaning that 3 different separate professionals. They can hire 3 at the same time, or 3 in a row. But of course, the content has to be a little bit different. The work itself, the market sort of market segmentation has to be a little bit different. But at least this is something that it's very useful if you approach any companies that that might work, function in the area that best, whether it is in Asia, or Africa, or even in Europe. If if you're from this type of this area, you could tell them that you know about a lot about this type of markets, and maybe you could be their service, and they would hire you from 6 months to 9 months or 12 months, but that they will hire you. That gives you a chance to show them that what you know and how what are you able to help them with. So here in the bottom is some of the example that we have, um, examples of some of the content of the projects. Internationalization plan, strategy, market survey. You could check that whether your local, like home country market, suitable for some of the Finnish products. The competition survey, or competitive analysis, pricing model, that type, those type of things. And then of course, uh, whether what is need to be done if the company decide to go local. So you could I'm sure you are able to help them as well. And then also finding out retailers and distribution partners for the company. So this is actually is we have been using this and actually offering this for our companies. And so far, we have funded 60, oh, I'm sorry, 160 companies that have used this, meaning that we have been able to get employment for at least 160 people here in Finland in this international partnership. I mean, professional among the international professionals. And according to our survey, uh, 3/4 of these projects have led to permanent employment. So we are very happy with this funding, and we would like to even further encourage you to keep this one in mind when you seek employment, and maybe you could tell the company to check this one out. And of course, because that's incentive is 50% of the salary cost. So this is something that we are offering now, and we do have um, some interest, but not all of the companies know about this opportunity. So please go ahead and check this one out later. There's a link, Business Finland Talent Explorer, in the bottom, or you can just put in Google Talent Explorer Business Finland, and should pop up all the details, and you will see the requirements, the process, and all. So yeah, so with this, I would like to uh, conclude my short presentation about this, what we do, about the jobs in Finland website, but also the tools that we have, the innovation voucher. You see the link there, and then the talent explorer. You see the link there as well. And after this presentation, I think we will distribute it. At least we're gonna put it somewhere that you can find the slides and the information afterwards. And for the companies, those of you who are actually representing a company here, I didn't have a chance to ask how many companies are following this session today. But if you are there, you could check also the site, their online application, and that's the website that we have. With this, I would like to conclude my this slide, and I'm happy to answer to your questions and hear the feedback, what you have in mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Min. Very interesting, and I think there was a lot of information there. It's very good that we are going to be distributing. So, to all attendees, we will be distributing this information, and also we have quite many questions in the
Oh,
chat. So I
okay.
will now
Thank you.
start showing them, and let's start with Q&A session. So Mika Miettinen is asking, is it possible for a company to utilize innovation voucher several times for different purposes? So
Yes.
starting with innovation voucher
Yes.
questions.
Thank you for the question, and it's very important question as well. Unfortunately, they can use only once for innovation voucher.
Yes. Next up, Christine is asking also, was the question I received still during the innovation voucher part, that 5,000 euros of costs are only the salary of that one person and also for 1 month or divided into several months?
I think this is like a consultancy contract between the company and the professional. So I think it's up to them to negotiate or agree how the time span. I think normally it's about um, 2 months, 1 month, 2 months, and in some cases even 3 months. But we are not talking about the huge amount of money, so it's up to you, and so that you could. Talk and also it's up what is the assignment, the content, right? The sort of the work it entails. We don't have too much emphasis on the time, but maybe the content.
Very good. Moving on. Next question also from Mika. Mika is asking now about the Talent Explorer. Is it a recruitment that the talent hired, or is it a recruitment that the talent hired is of foreign background, or is it enough that the person is
Mm.
deeply familiar with another region due
Yeah,
to living there?
yeah, this is also again a very good question because we have also thought through about this. Essentially, first we always want to encourage companies to hire in with people with foreign background, but we also realize that now we are talking about returnees, about people who have lived abroad and people are returning to Finland, and they are equally very in the same position that also seek for employment. And so to answer to your questions, we accept both. We approve both, meaning that either the person is something called like having a foreign background, but also a person who know the is familiar with the region, with the business, with maybe the culture, exactly what Mika has written here. So we accept both. Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mika. And moving on to next question. Next question is from Irisa. I hope I'm pronouncing names correctly. She's asking, by companies, do you mean OU or are NGOs RU also eligible?
Yeah, I know that the talent explorer, we accept OU only. So the company, sort of registered company. But in the voucher, there I just saw some links that they said that is also um, public sort of related, activities. But maybe before giving you false information, let me double check that. But primarily, we always work with the OU. But I would happy to double check it for you. And if Irisa could send me an email after this, and then I will have yours email, and I will answer to you with certainty. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Um, Next up, David, the 50% of the salary costs, does that relate to the overall costs incurred by the employer or only the direct salary the employed person receives?
Mm. I'm not sure what do you mean with the cost incurred by the employment. Oh yeah, we also cover the tax payment and the all these you know, so altogether the the sum the, is 40,000. That includes, of course, the salary, and then the taxation, the tax percentage that we have here in Finland. Something, I don't know, depending on the company, the personal cost. I mean, there's a special rate for it, and then also can include also the travel expenses to the target country or region. So meaning that if somebody is doing a research in, let's say, to Germany, so that person can and fly doing this his employment, fly to Germany doing some interviews, research, and then things like that. So we cover those expenses as well. So, but altogether, it has to be maximum 40,000 euros. And on the website, there's some they have listed, you know, what are the exact percentage and sort of, you know, the ratio. So please go ahead and have a look at that. And if you need more information, and you're not are able to find it, drop me also an email.
Thank you for the question, David. Next up, Pia from Velby, uh, fellow Marian startup. So Talent Explorer, this needs to be for someone to scout a potential international market, not, for example, product development.
Yeah, unfortunately for now, it's only for someone who's scouting for potential international market, because we also have a product development funding separately in Business Finland, and um, that actually you still are able to use those product development funding, but not in this talent boost funding that I was talking about. Yeah, but for now, this is what we have to use that available for our usage.
Thank you. So next, not a question, but maybe more like a comment from Enter community from Olo. They say, I think some people don't understand that innovation voucher is granted to the service development providers, not to the startup that is applying for it. I mean, do you want to comment on that? Is that correct?
Mm, it's not I'm not, we do actually the innovation voucher is being granted also for the directly for a company.
Mm,
I don't know what that
yeah.
for sure. We don't. It's not service development to providers. We do. It's available for all the companies.
Yeah, that's what I understood also
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
presentation. So I wanted
yes.
to take that up. Next question is coming from Любовь Образцова, and she says, I have been checking the Business Finland website every now and then for open positions, but even though you promote hiring international talents in the position, there is always a demand for Finnish language knowledge, even if position is written in English. Do you still advise to apply for a position if, except for Finnish language, the position perfectly fits?
I can actually I have heard about this before, but I'm surprised that this. I'm not sure. Depending on what kind of job you maybe by it, the job that you were looking, it's they mentioned that you have to know Finnish, but I know that some of my colleagues in Business Finland, they don't speak any Finnish, and they don't speak Swedish even. They
Mm,
are only I mean, and then English is in fact our sort of a working language, you know,
mm,
between us as well, even when we do some documents and stuff. So I encourage you. The name just pop off, so I don't see the name anymore. But whoever asking this question, recommend you to just apply to us as well if you can see that there's a position that interests you. and not only in Business Finland, but in general, also for even in public sector, unless we have to understand that there's certain jobs that require, of course, Finnish language, but there's a lot of other jobs as well that don't require. And I recommend you even to write directly an email to whoever posting that whether it's an obstacle or not, and then I would say that you just go ahead and apply. And as I mentioned earlier, that we understand very clearly that 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 we need, different people, different, background, different diversity. And you have to also remember that even though you don't know Finnish maybe well or even close well, you know at least your own language in top of English. So that's a huge benefit for any company that may be looking for international market and expansion. It's a big, you know, asset. So keep that in mind.
Mhm. Thank you, Min, for clarification on this topic. And also, I always hear this advice that just go ahead and apply, but try to kind of bridge already in the motivation letter. That's what at least
Yeah,
what is advised.
yeah,
Like why
and
you think you
mm,
qualify even without Finnish.
yeah, and I have to say that I do have many colleagues that don't speak Finnish, and
Mm.
they are my colleagues, and actually not only mine, but some other organization as well. We are talking about governmental jobs as well, and not only private sectors.
Mm. Next up, question about Talent Explorer again. So Christine is asking, for Talent Explorer, the company can use 3 times. Is it possible to use for the same talent but separate times? That's like three
Good,
years, I guess.
very excellent question, and thank you, Christine, to pay attention very closely. Unfortunately, not the same talent, because the idea is we want to give a chance as many international talents as possible. Covering only one person 3 times, it's sort of it's not our sort of goal. So we want to sort of expand this, opportunity and possibility for many people. So, and three is the maximum that we can do. So separate.
Mm. Yes, also in our chat, our career coach from the shortcut, Virpi Jalanen, is giving great advice on. I will shortly show tip for those looking for jobs. Try to mention as specifically as possible what kind of jobs you're looking for and what you are best at. Will make it easier for potential recruiters to spot you.
Thank you, Vir.
Um, yeah,
That's a
very
very,
very nice that my colleagues are watching me.
and a very important advice as well. Thank you.
Yeah, Virpi is our great career coach. Please connect with Virpi. Also, some questions are repeating, so I'm not gonna take those up. Next original question is from Sim. Sim is asking, I'm listening to you as UI UX designer and a foreigner who has been living in Finland for 4 years. So far, no luck, even though I had been working for world-renowned companies. As there is a huge hidden market in recruitment process, do you have any suggestions for us? Is there a pool-like system for us to introduce ourselves for Talent Explorer?
Yeah. Um, yeah. So, yeah, let me try to think that what are the services that we have. Um, well, we don't have a pool, but we constantly encourage the companies to list their jobs in the jobs in the jobs in Finland, FY, and also um, I actually personally talk with a lot of Finnish companies that, especially in the software company, in the software sector that they look for uh, people and professionals. So I think my best advice is that if you identify, in this case, a company doing some, user interface and designer things, you just follow their LinkedIn. That's a new piece of information that also learned that now that most of the companies hire through LinkedIn, and they might not list their jobs directly in their website. But and then also to answer to your question, that we don't have a pool like of system, because we, in the sense that um, it's up to the company. We cannot even recommend, or sort of, we don't have that pool, but we have this website, and the company can log in and list their jobs. And we also have campaigns and events. Like 2 weeks ago, we worked with ECO, I think in Finnish is the Federation um, of industries here in Finland, that we invited a lot of companies in that event, but also the foreign, the professional. And what they do is we did matchmaking with them. So I hope this helped.
Yes, thank you very much for the question. Now, also in the chat, I'm receiving requests to share this presentation, and I already
Mhm.
added. So this presentation will be sent to everyone registered in the registration form. But also, if you are not registered, if you're just joining us live, then please do like Ava and add your email here on the chat, and I will make sure this presentation finds you. Let's see. Next is coming from Alicia. Alicia is asking, how can you help a job seeker who is looking for a job in accounting and tax and have not received any job? So this is like a
Yeah,
very general question from our community, but
yeah,
maybe jobs in Finland, one
yeah.
would.
But also, I think this applies to many. We are not a job sort of, how do you say it? A job, a consultant. Where we are not able to sort of help you to find, but we encourage the companies to hire international talents, and also have a better exposure to the idea that there are a lot of talents in Finland already, that are willing and able to help them. So that's what we can do. I want to clarify it again, that Business Finland is not um, a job consultant, agency. So we help them. We give them funding to hire you.
Mm. Actually, my own reply, if I may, to Alicia is that if you're a job seeker, the shortcut is a very good place to
Yeah,
start.
there we
We
go.
have, for example, CV pool that you can upload your CV to, and then you will be available for recruiters. We have events, we have trainings, we have many things that I think is like a good place to start, and then continue maybe with uh, more difficult things. I'm sharing our website now to the chat so that you
Hmm.
can proceed to the shortcut org. Let's see. There's again question from Mika. Let me show. Mika is asking, is the Talent Explorer salary max compensation the same regardless of the duration of the ticket? Or is there a per month maximum compensation when using Talent Explorer?
The maximum is 40,000, and as I mentioned, it ranges from 6 months to 12 months. So it's up to a company and professional to come to agreement what is the monthly salary is. But if I calculate, there's some ratio that how much is the salary and how much the taxation, and then how much is the travel expenses. But if I did a quick calculation at some point, I think roughly the salary part is in general, okay? In general is 26,000 euros. The tax, personal tax cost, it's about 8,000, and other expenses is 5,000. So if you think of 26,000 something, you can divide it if it's by 6 months or 8 months or 9 months. It's up to you. But I would recommend you to think it as a like a content of it. How much work you have to put, or that person has to work to find that information. You know, whether it's 6 months or 7 months or 8 months is up to the company and the professional to discuss.
Thank you for yet another good question, Mika. Now looking at the chat, I think there are no more like original questions at this
Okay.
point, more like comments and also requests to add. I'm adding everyone to the mail list. So also I want to highlight a couple of things about this event. So first of all, this is a recorded event. So the recording of this will be available at the Shortcut website and also our YouTube, Facebook channels. So you can always rewatch if you missed something. Also, everyone will receive the presentation. And last but not least, this is just the first event in the series. So we decided to start already now at the end of 2021. But actually, we have planned 3 more of these events for you in the next year with Business Finland. And I will soon put a link in the chat for the next one. But I really advise to join if this is a good topic for you, because next time we will have actual companies and individuals who have been hired through this funding. So then we can ask them like more in-depth questions about their experience, how this actually works. And actually a short question from me to Ming. Meanwhile, you mentioned that 160 people were hired through this program already. Through this funding already. But in how long time? How
Ah,
long is the
uh,
funding?
about a year and a half or 2 years or something like that. Yeah,
Mm,
because we started it just about 2 years ago.
yeah, very impressive. Also, I was curious about how long do people need to wait after they apply for the funding?
Oh,
What is like the
yeah.
process like?
Yeah, actually, for the innovation voucher, I was told by my colleagues that it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get the decision, even actually in the faster even. And for the Explorer, Talent Explorer, I think it is about the same time, 2 or 3 weeks. But
Mm,
I advise to you to read carefully the requirements. The all the sort of condition and requirement before you submit in. Now I'm talking to the company. Remember that this is the company that can apply, not the professional, the company. So please read it through and check it out, and then if there's any questions, if you don't find it on the website, you could contact at least me. And if I'm not able to answer to your question, I will send it to our team, and we will figure it out. But check it out, and I think it should be quite straightforward.
mm. Yes, and also I was wondering a little bit about this talent explorer. So the person who is hired. So for example, what possible titles fall into this category? What kind of jobs?
Mm. I think the funding is related mainly. I mean, a lot in the business related, like business related roles. So it could be a business manager, a product manager, or a product expert, or even marketing, person. Anything title with with marketing, business, development titles.
So
Yes, I
quite a wide range.
wide range, but keep in mind that it relates to business development and market expansion. So that's the key. And then also, we hope that after 6 months or 9 months or 12 months, the company will hire you for permanent, permanently. And, it's up to them. You could be, and then even though if you are engineer even, it doesn't stop you from doing, market research. I know that a lot of people also are capable and willing to do that. And then after that that period of time, they can be a different role depending on the company. Yeah.
One more very good question from the chat. I'm going to show again from Irisa. The question is, when is the application window and are the funds limited per year?
There's no window for apply. The fund is very much available. So I can say that if you have a good case, a good application, good project, um, I would say that we will fund that application. So no worries.
Yes, I have now posted in the chat the link to our next event. It's a registration again on Eventbrite, and it's going to take place in February,
Mm,
17th of February at 4. So we really hope to see many of you there because
yeah,
this is a continuation, but also we will talk to like real talent explorers
yeah,
there. And also in the chat, sharing Business Finland Talent Explorer link
yeah.
so that you can read up on this before next event.
Thank you.
I think we have no more questions. Min, do you have any closing words for today's session?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm very glad that I'm able to talk to you like this, and that I'm have an opportunity to talk to you and collaborate with Shortcut. Um, we know that Shortcut does an excellent job in helping international talents here in Finland to help with many things, and we look forward to always collaborate with the organization like yours. So you might see me speaking about the same theme with different partners and all, but I can tell you that there's a lot of work to do still in Finland, that we need to get the message out, reaching out to companies, reaching out to international talents, but also to create sort of a mindset in Finland that we are all available here for companies and different organization and so with this, I just want to thank you, all of you that have been following this session, and I look forward to work further with Shortcut. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ming, for a shout out. Indeed, we are working very hard to employ the highly educated international talent here in Finland. And we provide events like this one and also trainings and different kinds of workshops for you throughout the year. So please watch carefully the Shortcut, but also Business Finland's funding updates. With this, I want to thank everyone who joined today. Please send follow-up questions to Ming as he suggested. Follow our social media and Business Finland's social media, and I really hope to see all of you again in February. And very merry coming Christmas and New Year season. Hope that everyone gets a well-deserved break after this fall, and I'm pretty sure that next year is looking very good for Finnish business, and in general, I think it's going to be more active, also for our events. Thank you very much, and I see there's a question to link contacts. I think I have already did, but if not, it's the shortcut.org, our website. And then Ming, I think you can find on LinkedIn. Is that correct, Ming?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining, and see you in 2 months or earlier at some other events. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.